So our good old buddies down south, the Americans, whose water doesn't freeze coming out of the taps, must be nice. They've come up with a new food pyramid, and it's inverted. Something Satan would do. Usually he flips things upside down and puts the evil thing as the best part. That's fine. I have some questions about it. We should talk.
Mask agenda, media pretender. They push this prejudice, return to sender.
So first let's go over the new food pyramid, and then we'll get to some common sense questions I have about it. But basically what it is, instead of every other food pyramid on Earth, which has come to a common census agreement based on actual science, most of them are grain-based, lots of fruits and vegetables, some lean fish, fatty omega fish, and tiny bit of low-fat dairy. And like no refined sugar, no processed food. That's what everybody has agreed on. America's going the other way on it. We're flipping down. We're going full paleo. Proteins, healthy fats. That's the focus. Lots of fat. Pork, red meat's cool, butter's back. They've declared an end to the war on saturated fat. And fruits and vegetables are good. Eat some, but make sure it's fatty. And some whole grains at the bottom if you have time. No processed food, eat real food. That's good. Okay. So like, you're paleo, you're asking cavemen for advice. I have a couple problems with it. Here's the first problem I have. One, they didn't give any actual guidelines onto how much of anything you're supposed to eat. It's just like, get lots of protein and fat. And my first thought is, you're asking Americans to consume more protein. It just blows my mind. Like, every American eats so much protein, it's not even funny. It's like 3 meals a day, meat right in each meal, little snacks of meat, probably beef jerky in there. And it's just like, it's so overkill, ridiculous. Like, let me just give you an example. I'm on the very extreme end of low protein. I'm fruitarian basically, and that's my body. It's not a bodybuilder's body. No one's looking at that and thinking, man, how'd you build so much muscle? Like, I'm skinny, I'm lean, I get it, but I'm eating like less than 40 grams of protein a day. It's mostly fruits. Last night for dinner, I had steamed plantains and a salad, no beans, no nothing. So that's what you can expect from a very low protein diet. You're asking Americans who eat meat 3 times a day to focus a little more on that protein, bro. Like, not one of those people advertising this on that podium could do a pull-up. Like, what do we need all this protein for? I get it if you want to build a lot more muscle than I have. I get it. I'm with you. I just focus on strength, not size. I can do 11 pull-ups with 20-pound ankle weights on, which is about 16% of my body weight. So like, I have to think that's upper-end military stuff. I could join your US military and take over any government I wanted with my guns. So like, I eat enough protein. This is ridiculous that you're asking everyone to eat more protein. And where do you get it? There was not one mention of like quality of any of these ingredients. There's no focus on like, make sure it's grass-fed or organic, made sure the cow lived a decent life. None of that. It's just get your pork in whenever you can, eat more fat and meat and cheese. And like, what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with health. This is just a caveman style diet. And it's not proven at all. It's the complete opposite of every other country's common sense. And it just brings us back a step. We're back here now. For mankind, we've just fallen off. It throws so many questions at me, like, why? Trump is doing this? The whole Trump administration came up with this as our move to the new Great Awakening future. Remember all the cucumber team? Those guys, they're like, you wait for this, buddy. The new world is here, and everybody, it's just a better world coming and world peace. This is just heading to factory farmed hell. If everyone actually follows this, you have to ramp up factory farming to keep up with the demand, and it's all just like broken chicken legs because they have like their fat bodies, they can't even carry the weight. That's the world we're heading to. I don't get it. What happened to the cucumbers? You know what the funniest part of that whole press conference was? So like they present this bullshit satanic pyramid, and then they were asked a question about it. They're like, any questions? Yeah, I have like 100. But here's one. How much saturated fat should we be eating? And the guy comes back on and he's like, well, we're going to stick with the 10% limit of calories that we had previously.
Demonizing natural, healthy, saturated fats, telling you not to eat eggs and steak. And we are maintaining the 10% of calories as saturated fat in the guidance.
How on earth would you get to that if your message was eat more cheese and fat's back? We declared the war over on fat, so eat as much as possible. Stick to the 10% though that we had in our old pyramid, which was grain-based. Don't worry, you'll figure the math out on your own, but just know that you can eat all the cheese you want. Just keep it under 10% still, somehow. Just work with that. It makes sense, trust me. Thankfully, I was reading the comments of this video, and God bless you, Americans, you're not falling for it. Like, all the comments were like, I'm not listening to these idiots about health. Like, what are you talking about? And people were like, what about the food quality? And like, how come food's so expensive? Why don't we focus on making actual healthy food cheaper? And it's like, good. So like, nobody is gonna follow this. And their whole thing was like, eat real food. No more like refined sugar, no processed food. Like, that was not a part of any other pyramid ever. Like, you're acting like it was the guideline to have lots of processed food. Like, that's just corporations making money off your sickness. You know, they're all in bed together. Big Pharma gets your sick customers, gives them medication. Like, they're all laughing at you, making money off you. It's disgusting, our world, and this ain't making it any better. This is worse. I think what these committees decided on, they looked at what will America actually do? Because they know they have an obesity problem, there's sickness everywhere, and I feel like they mean well almost, and they're like, look, Americans ain't going fruitarian. They're not going vegan, they're not going anything like that. So if you do this style paleo diet with a focus on protein, these people are gonna feel satiated and they'll eat less. And that's a win, but you're gonna die of kidney damage. That's a loss. So you weigh the options. I get it though. It makes sense on paper. You could do worse than the processed America junk. Okay, but like, that was never a recommendation by anyone. Like, I think we all know that muffins aren't healthy. You don't eat muffins with donuts for breakfast, pasta with noodle made of donut powder for lunch, and dinner is pancakes with cereal. That was never a thing. So to me, this pyramid is a step back from like what's actually healthy, and the real problem is food quality, getting rid of pesticides. How about stop injecting all the meat with hormones? Why is there genetically modified food? Why is everything so expensive? Why are you adding peels? I can't even say the word on your fruits and vegetables. I've never seen one. If I see one, I will spit on it. So there's a lot of other way more important things to tackle. Just food quality and expense is what I would focus on. Like, how do we get organic fruits and vegetables much cheaper? That would be my focus, and then people will start buying it because it's cheap. Right now, you didn't do anything to lower the cost. Who's gonna buy all that stuff? People can't afford it, so they're getting loaves of bread. It's like, that has way more calories than your potato. Potatoes are cheap. That was the terrible example. But like fruits, I bought some persimmons the other day. They were $1.19 each. I eat almost 20 of them for a meal. How's that math? How's that my math? That ain't fair. So like, this is stupid. What the hell are we doing? Like, nobody can afford it. I'm willing to spend because I have to. Like, health is my top priority, so I'll spend the money. But like, go to hell. Saturated fat is still not good. All the science supports that, and common sense. A cow's temperature is much hotter than a human. And when you take cow fat that's used to being 10 degrees hotter, you put it in our cooler bodies, it solidifies like your coconut oil in the fridge. I remember reading a book about that years ago. This Chinese medicine guy, who was like, that's why we don't eat much of the beefs and the red meats here and the pork. Like, chicken has a lower body temperature in fish, and like common sense has always said eliminate red meat, eat this. And like even further common sense says eliminate that too, and like eat this instead, fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, grains and beans if you must. So it's like this is a step back for humanity, and I feel the Great Awakening is now 7 years pushed further, and it's painful, and ouch to that. You're probably in favor of it. I got a large like carnivore audience for some reason, and they're just like, this is the best, bro. Do you want cheese? I bleed internally when I have it, just enough of it. You agree. It's terrible advice. You could thumb it down, but it's because your food pyramid has canned food as the biggest idea to solve humanity's problems. I just hope someone throws a can at your head. It's high in sodium, and it's dead food. So like go with freeze-dried or something. Frozen's pretty good. But like more fruits and vegetables is the only good thing on that whole thing. Eat less whole grains. I'm not a huge fan of grains. Meat and fat. God, what happened to you? Thank you for the Bitcoin donations. I'll be leaving now. Subscribe for me on Saturday.